Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. So, yeah, in the previous match, I just realized that I think that's the first time I've encountered a player who goes, like, hello, like, in the thing, and ends up being a troll for the purposes of, cause a problematic game in Magic, using either cheap mechanics or trolling in terms of like trying to make the game as long as possible without actually going for a win. Those kinds of trolls. That's what happened though. The player used the card where no one can win. Like it literally says you can't lose, and the other player there's no winning. Or actually, let's give me a quick reminder. Was it actually, let's see, because it might have been that they can win, but I can't. Hold on. Do. Gotta check. I forgot what, block it was. I just check the white ones. It'll come up quite, and the standard and alchemy ones. I think it's in the standard bits, but just give me a minute. Is that like really, really bright one with the big angel face? Angel lady face? I think it's 3-ish mana, but I'm not sure. Hold on. It's in the ballpark. I think it might have been 4 mana as well. Hold on. I'm sure it's coming. I'm pretty sure it's no more than 4 mana, but I might be mistaken. Okay, I just missed it apparently. Let's scan a little more clearly. It wasn't Sigarda Splendor, but they did use that. They also used Grandmaster of Flowers. It was... the Book of Exalted Deeds. That's the one. Beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life, you get a 3/3 white angel creature token. Exile the Book of Enlightened counter on target angel. It gains you can't lose. And your opponents can... Oh, right, yeah. They can still win. For some reason, my mind got confused there. I'm so sorry. I mean, it's still an overpowered card, obviously, but, it's endlessly overpowered, actually. There's one other one that does this. There's an equipment that makes the game unwinnable for the opponent. So when they said good game in the first time around, they felt cocky, and they felt that they were going to assuredly win. So that was what they were doing. Nah. I mean, it's unfortunate that this card is in the game. This is the kind of stuff that should be in the historic format and nowhere else. Because this is just... like, it's obviously cheating to have this card in there. It's really unfortunate that isn't banned. I'll maybe need to grab a screenshot of that eventually and just, Actually, let's do that right now, because I'm gonna forget about grabbing it. Hold on. Book of Exalted Deeds. That should find it, I'm sure. Yeah. Man. Like, there are cards that are cheating, and that's one of them. I still pulled it off because I managed to have an otherwise stronger deck than they did, but man. Man, that is cheating. And they had a bit of a slow start other than that card. Right. It's one of those really, really quick, red decks. I really rarely make it through those, but that's normal, though. I mean, I think I'm kind of up for a loss anyway. I gambled wrong. I could have gotten a better card, apparently, than what I got already, but oh well. Yeah, I've never managed to get a game against these. I believe someone did say in chat like a few weeks ago that I will get really tired of quick burn decks of the red variety. I mean, I've seen a lot of those, that's for sure true. But also, I mean, at least they have some sense of honesty in them. Burn cards, attack stuff, and then they win. And they do it quickly as well. The control bullshit decks, that's the ones I can't stand. But yeah, I mean, they have probably a burn deck for both of those, and they'll just continue playing. The Goldspan Dragon, I often wonder if it, like... It does cost 5 mana, but I feel like it should cost 6 or 7. Maybe that's just me, though. Because reasonable, thinking is not really a thing in Magic, though. I'll check what I get from this. If it's 3 creatures, there might be a sense in trying to continue. I still don't think there's a chance, but fine. Nah, well, you can wait for your win, though. I did say it has some honesty in it, but I don't honestly think that anymore. I feel like now that's the one loss that I kind of, got through into fully believing that they don't have any honesty in them, though. Well, that's life for you. Well, I hope everyone has had an excellent day, though, because we're going to be watching The Great Nothing for a while. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of those red burn decks. There is the plus that they don't take long. But they also have a win rate of like 100%. I just don't like using them. There's something that feels hypocritical if I go for the red burn decks. I don't know why. I did believe earlier, though, that they have an honesty in them. Maybe I don't think they're honest because way back when in Duels 20... Was it 2013 or 14? The game, Duels of the Planeswalkers, 2013 or 2014, where they had that AI challenge, where there was this deck that consisted of goblins upon goblins upon goblins that you had to win. But it was essentially, like, there was almost no chance of winning that game with the decks the game gives you. It's basically not possible. The game does not give you that goblin deck unless you win the game. Therefore, you can't do a mirror match. So what you have is like extremely slow white decks with very vague healing, like nothing like the stuff here. Like, you know, Charmed Kitten and Hallowed Priest and Passioned Orator maybe, and nothing else. Like, you know, a 2/2 0, like 2/2 powerless cleric, like with no abilities, no text. It's just like it's an empty box with a cleric in it. Like, yeah. And then the red goblin deck just gains like these like 7 3/3 creatures within turn 3, and it just railroads you every single time. The only way to win that game is if the AI eventually lets you win by drawing nothing but land or only land the entire match. That kind of gave me like this old and festering hatred towards fast red decks. Like there's something to that just feels wrong that they're a thing, you know? My rationale still tells me that the red burn decks are basically honest stuff. They have fast creatures, they burn everything you have, and then they win. They just, there's something, like, there's no disrupting that. Like, they just do what they do, and then they win. Because even if you rock, like, a blue counterspell deck, doing a counterspell is almost always 3 mana. I think in some very specific cases 2 mana. But it's just one spell, though. You can't keep, like, you counter one spell per turn, and then they do, like, 7 1 or 0 mana spells, like, and then just they burn everything, kill everything, have all of the goblins, and then they win. And apparently they also have gargantually underpriced dragons. The Goldspan dragon should be 2 mana more expensive than it is. And the Siege Dragon, kind of the same thing. Like, there's no sense in it being what it is. But so it goes. Magic is not supposed to be fair. It's supposed to be hateful and unfair and toxic and poisonous. You're supposed to suffer every moment you play the game, obviously. Like, that is... I believe it's written in the Wizards of the Coast doctrine of how to keep rotating the game's current standard and whatever. The physical game is kind of the same thing, but Magic Arena is like a special blend of that. Like, it's all about suffering, unless you pay. That's actually probably true. Where the Wizards of the Coast probably put you in a basket of players that get preferable matchups if you pay them. And then if you don't pay them, then you do not get that. That actually would explain a lot of things, though. Biscuit, hi, welcome. Cards. Yes, terrible bad cards, but still cards. Lots of losses, lots of toxic poisonous stuff. The usual. How are you doing? How is life? Yeah, this looks really unlikely to go anywhere, but at least I can get basically everything in the field onto the field. Or everything in the hand onto the field with, like, after the second turn. 1 per turn, but still. Alrighty, So, plains or forest? Plains, probably. With this, though. It's probably not an exact mirror match, though. People who tend to have Gala creatures and often tend to go in a different direction than I do with it. Well, yeah, see? That's not what I usually do. Power is equal to the creatures you control. Whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature tap. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Right on. Alright. I still have, like, the regret that there's no middle finger emote in this. Oh, fuck off. Alright, alright, alright. They need to be burned in the oven, just like the rest of them. Yeah, fuck off, bye. Alright. Okay, I'm sure we can go to the VOD and check their nickname and everything, but yeah, so the usual thing we are going for. So indeed, they need to be, for the greater good, need to be placed in the oven that will then heat up the homes of the less fortunate who will have a very cold winter in Europe because of the energy crisis. And in the oven, as they expire, therefore, their expiration has meaning for the good. Like, we are doing an overall good. They are removed from cheating from the and using their trolling cards, their pay-to-win cards and their mechanics, and their expiration creates warmth to the people who are really, really having a rough time when in the winter when their homes are cold, and that warmth helps their homes be more bearable. That is really, really important, and the work we do with that is really, really important. Like, it has meaning. It creates just survival, warmth, and all just good things for the world. So yeah, and the side plus with that is they don't get to be here anymore. And just and it's really important to know that according to the latest science, the soul indeed cannot get out of an oven. It leaps out of their eyes as they expire, but then it stays in that same oven to like expire all over again within that oven. Like, there is a boiling point for a soul as well, and it is within the heat numbers of fire. So it's all gonna end up fueling all of that same good for the good work we do. Because being warm in a home is one of the main, like, human rights people have and should have. Therefore, putting them there and letting all of that happen for the good is really, really important. Like, that is all just all about the good we do. And that really, really helps. Like, it's all about that. And then the rotation starts again. We find another one who does that same thing, and we end up helping the people who live in their homes and need some warmth in their life. And it's really important to feel that you're doing good work, that your work really helps, you know? That the things you do are for something that is all about the good versus evil, and you're in the side of the good. And it really, really makes you feel like your work has meaning, you know? It just makes this warm, fuzzy feeling as their expiration creates a warm, fuzzy, literally, feeling through the oven. So it really helps, I feel. It really does. Because we need to appreciate how expensive energy is going to be in the winter, and then and it helps us all be less dependent on the energy that's not advantageous for the free world, you know? It's all for the good. All right, let's see if the game is over thus far. It's probably not yet, but might as well check. Nope, nope, it's not over yet. We're not going in. Bye. Alrighty, and we get to wait a little bit more. Unfortunate, but so it goes. But, I mean, all of the moments we lose is then gotten back as they burn in the oven. So, every second lost here will be a second more in the oven. So, it does eventually even out, you know, as the fire reaches further and further into their bones. So, I feel like we can eventually sort of, not forgive, but feel like that they that their deeds are sort of can be worried about less in the end. Like the fire burning into their bone marrow second per second per second ends up kind of feeling like it balances out the seconds we wait for this to be over. So I feel there's some reasoning and rationale in that though. I feel like that's probably a healthy mindset to be in about that. Alrighty. There we are. I have actually had one time that happen that when I made them wait, they've actually conceded and given me the win. I really don't expect that to happen. That's really not a part of why. I make them wait because they're cheap pay to win mechanics. They get to wait for their win at least. I don't think this'll work. I need to draw a forest for this to actually... But maybe I'll draw it. We'll see. But no. Yeah, probably not. I can play stuff for a few turns still, but yeah, I don't think this is gonna work out. But it's not yet over though. It's gonna be in a few minutes, but I do sometimes wonder if I should do a black and white deck, including that cheap pay-to-win Angel we saw. Like, eventually do I cave in and just use the cheap trolling, terribly overpowered mechanics myself instead? I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's a hypocrisy in there somewhere. But I suppose hypocrisy is not a thing that the universe really cares about. Like, you use the cheap garbage cards that cause victories. And then the universe rewards that. Unless they're caught and put into the oven, of course. And that's the question, right? Control cards. I don't know. I don't know, my dude. Let's see. I still got a lifelink out of it, though. Yeah, but I didn't get any forest cards, so I did mention that it's probably not going to work, and it didn't. Or I didn't mark the loss I just had, though. That's weird. Why didn't I do that? Yeah, it's over. Ooh. So, do I make them wait for the fact that they use control cards? Yeah, I'll do. Plus, I need to take a break anyway, so... Alright, yeah. So, sure. Bathroom break or something. If you're watching this on YouTube, smash that like button like it's the face of someone using the angel we just saw. Smash it so hard that their face breaks. And don't play magic, don't play magic, don't play magic, never play magic.